they've got enough information that they're ready to go back into the real world, meaning school, work, volunteering, whatever it is, how they're going to spend their time. But they're not sure because they've been in this safety net, if you will, such as treatment and different things. So I love getting to answer these types of questions. So I'm going to share some of the top questions that we get when a person is coming in or transitioning to outpatient to make sure that it mimics what their reality is going to be once they return back home. So the first question is this: can I work while I am an outpatient? As a matter of fact, yes, we want you to work or to go to school. We call it full time. So what I mean by this is we want you to get back to what you're going to do at home as quickly as possible in outpatient. And here's the reason why. It is very easy to stay sober in a safe bubble that is treatment. And it's a shame if a person goes through treatment, returns home, and never actually gets triggered or has to utilize the coping skills. So we encourage our clients to actually go out, we call it a get well job, but to do something where people are relying on them to show up. It's not a huge involved process of something huge such as a career, but a place where they're gonna get triggered. And so our goal is that while you are working outpatient, you get triggered because your boss maybe has a bad day and yells at you or does something that triggers you. A customer or a client comes in and does something that pisses you off, and you have a safe place to come back to work on the coping skills, to work on the impulsivity, to work on all the things in the past that came up that you either stuffed down or the fight or flight syndrome, and actually get to practice real time. So the way it typically looks is we'll have people that will come in and do our group therapy in the morning. And then we have an additional group after that of either community building, didactic sessions such as DBT, art therapy, yoga. There's a lot of different things, but I don't want to pigeonhole of it's always going to be this, because we're always keeping it changing and fluid. But the goal is you program in the morning and then you go work your part-time get well job so you can get triggered, you can get frustrated, you can get excited, you can get angry, and then the next day be able to process that in your group therapy of what it was you were wanting, what needs weren't being met, what boundaries were being crossed, all the stuff that you've learned while in treatment. So that is the answer to the question of can I work or go to school or volunteer while an outpatient? Absolutely. The next question, do I still get therapy while an outpatient? Absolutely. And here is one of the places where we are very unique. We do group therapy every single day. So the goal is the first group in the morning, you have quite a bit of time with your small, we'll call it your pod, if you will, and it's others that share the same therapist. So you get that flavor, you actually get to connect with other clients that are going through the same thing with your therapist. So you've got group therapy every single day. You are going through it, getting to work on the triggers that's happening outside with whatever your living situation is. If you're from out of state, of those phone calls or video sessions with your husband or wife or mom or dad or kids, the whole goal again is to mimic what's going on back home so you get those triggers. You get to go through multiple cycles of everything that's going on so you can work in your therapy sessions for group therapy and then also your one-on-one therapy. So yes, absolutely, this is the time we want to make sure that you're utilizing this and really leveraging it for exponential growth before you return back. Next question, do I get my phone for outpatient? Yes, you do get your phone during outpatient, and the reason why is because it is one of the biggest distractions in life. It's one of the, I'm holding it like I got it in my hand. It's in my pocket, but these are one of the top things that we want you to learn how to navigate because it is another form of sedation and numbing out. So many times people will just scroll and disconnect from the world, and the whole thing that we're teaching all of our clients is addiction is isolation. We want to connect and to be present. So the goal is you do have your phone, you do have all these distractions that you're gonna have in the real world pulling for your attention, so you can consciously choose where you are going to invest your time. So that temptation is there and you are able to navigate it just like you will back home. So you have your phone so you can make the calls, you can text, you can stay plugged into the world, but also of how to guard your attention so you don't get distracted and pulled off of all the recovery work that you've been doing. How long can I stay in the outpatient program? I love this question because it is case by case specific. There are some people that want to stay way too long, and I'll be very transparent with you. There gets a point where a person's kind of, it's like, you've kind of learned everything. You got to go get out of the nest and fly on your own. So we've actually, lack of a better term, kind of forced people out and said, hey, listen, this is actually holding you back now. You've been doing this for a while. Now it's the fear holding you back. Let's help you get out there. Now, on the other side, we have people that want to go, okay, 30 days, boom, I'm cured, I'm done. It's like, well, no, you have enough information that you have the basic knowledge, but also it gives people a false sense of security of, I've got this. Anytime I hear someone say, I've got this, or you can see it in the eyes of, I've got this, that's where the light should come on to say, ooh, I really need to start working on the foundation and to do the work, because we never truly have got this. As soon as the ego says that, that's where we want to start questioning. So our typical program, our flagship program, if you will, is 90 days. That seems to be where we see the most success. Anything less than, it's really difficult to rid yourself of the old habits and to instill brand new habits and have enough repetitions that it becomes more habitual and ritualistic, and that becomes your day. So I would say typically 90 days is probably the safest, smaller amount. We've just had a few people graduate the full 6-month program and are doing very well. Actually today, just got a voice message from someone who did our 6-month, called in for the check-in at a year and is doing fantastic. So it is case by case. However, the more time you spend working on yourself, I call it the healthy selfish, the better off you're gonna do. Can my family visit? Can I see my family? Yes. Absolutely. We encourage you to start working on a lot of the things during outpatient with your family. The family dynamic changes while you're getting help. And so it's how to communicate effectively, how to own your own stuff, and at the same time set boundaries, working through codependency, all sorts of things. So family is a huge part. We have visits here on Sunday, which we got a Sunday barbecue that we do every single week. Family comes and visit, and it's absolutely fantastic. So strongly encourage family involvement. Next question, am I allowed to go to meetings of my choosing and hang out on weekends? So we strongly encourage meetings. So we are going each night to different meetings. Some are on site here, some are a close driving distance. We encourage people to at least get acclimated, but once you've got kind of that cycle down, there's so many meetings here, absolutely. We want you to be fed spiritually daily. And so there's different meetings, different home groups. We strongly encourage that. And there's, I think at the time of recording this thing, there's over like 1,600 meetings a week just in this area of Orange County. It's crazy. It really has become the mecca of recovery, which is fantastic, because the odds are is you can hit a meeting at any time within not quite a stone throw, but close enough. Next is what is the average day? So the average day for outpatient is we've got our group therapy in the morning. So before that, we do a morning meditation group. It's a short one. It's about 20 to 30 minutes. And so where we start to get primed and ready, kind of the deep breathing, getting focused and becoming present. And then we go into group therapy. And again, that's each day, the group therapy. And that helps expose all sorts of triggers, all sorts of feelings, emotions, kind of working on the nitty gritty and the core items. Then from there, it changes from day to day. Some are didactic sessions where another therapist will come in and actually teach some CBT or DBT. Some days art therapy, some days yoga. Some days we do accountability group, which is where the community is able to give what we call pull-ups, praise reports, but also I'll just say it. We teach the clients how to confront in a compassionate way, because life is all about confrontation. We want clients to know when they come in, they're going to be confronted, and how to handle that confrontation in a healthy way versus the old, outdated way that's destructive, as well as how to confront other people when boundaries are being crossed, when other issues pop up. So we have the accountability group as well. Some days we've got outings that we're able to go off-site. There's a lot of different things that we do. So no day is the same, and each week we have little tweaks to make sure that what you're learning continues to build on the foundation. And then for those that are working full-time or school, in the afternoon, the time is open for meetings, school, volunteering, work, whatever your reality looks like. And again, our goal is to make sure that you get ready to return back to what life is for you outside of the treatment episode. What are the services that are offered? This is where we're really unique and have an incredibly high staff to client ratio. And so you've got your therapist where you're meeting one-on-one with them. You've got your group therapy each day. You have a case manager that you meet one-on-one with. Your case manager also does a lot of family work with you. Gives you a ton of assignments to really work and reflect. So it's not just, hey, I'm working on my recovery when I'm with my therapist or my case manager, but it's when I'm back at home, when I'm back and done with programming for the day, I have a lot of tools and workbooks and growth work that you can jump into. And there's really no limit to that. Some people we have in, I'd say, hey, I'm here for a finite amount of days. I need as many tools as possible. And they leave with an arsenal of tools for impulsivity and relapse recovery and all sorts of things that they're able to do again and again and again. And so those are just some of the services that we offer.